So I am not Justin Clark, but I am pinch hitting for him. And I've got Matt Buckley with LPT Realty and Elisha Lopez with Ocala Realty World. We're excited to have you here. It's 2024, and I just want to know what you think we should expect for 2024 as far as real estate's concerned. What about you, Matt?
2024, I anticipate a huge year. We saw in December it slowed down a little bit due to the holidays, due to the interest rates, whatever you want to call it. But I think the resolutioners are excited to either buy, sell, or invest this year. We're seeing the Fed make significant, better improvements to the interest rates. Hometown Heroes is getting used. Hopefully that's getting replenished. But I see big wins. I see big gains, and I see a very, very busy 2024.
Are you seeing buyers come out of the woodwork now?
Oh yes, they're coming back.
Yeah. Well, good. Good. Is that because you think it's the rates, or?
I think it's due to the rates, but I also think NAR announced last year it was about 120 days from a lead inception to a closing. So we can't just think when we meet somebody they're going to buy that day or that week. I typically think the lifespan is 4 or 5 months from the inception, and we're starting to see the end of that timeline benefit in our favor.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I definitely believe 2024 is going to be an amazing year, and all the fence sitters, everybody that was waiting on the sidelines, just hoping and praying that rates were going to drop. The decrease that are already seeing is increasing the buyers' interest on top of buyers that were already planning to buy in 2024 . So it's been amazing.
Have you seen, even, we're getting more inventory, but have you seen the sellers be more flexible with pricing, or do you think they're at this point saying, you know what, hey, I have an opportunity, the buyers are coming out?
I think it just depends on the listing agent. So if the listing agent educates the seller correctly on pricing, we're going to get a listing that's priced right. But unfortunately, there's agents out there that they just take a listing for the sake of taking it, and they don't learn the market or understand the market to educate the seller, and then we get overpriced listings.
Yeah. To follow that question, that's basically, would you recommend a large company that's a national firm to come in and start listing in your area?
Obviously, it's the company, but it's also the specific agent, because a company can be great, but if that agent hasn't taken the time to educate themselves, or a local expert has experience in the area, that'll do a disservice to both sides of the deal.
Right. So do you believe an agent should be a local expert?
I do. I mean, you got a lot of people, we talked about it kind of before the show, people coming from down south, from the Tampa aspect, and they're coming here to Central Florida. Different markets, different rules, different relationships. No matter where you are, whether it's here in Florida or across the country, I always recommend a local expert.
Absolutely, I agree. So you have a couple of listings that you are going to promote. So we're going to start in Orlando. I think this one's 3624 Chelsea.
Yes, 3624 Chelsea. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, $510,000. We priced a little bit on the higher side just because recently in the neighborhood we're seeing a lot of people buy properties, demolish them, and then they're building $1-2 million estates.
So it's like older neighborhood.
Yeah, it's an older neighborhood here in Orlando. Great zip code, but we are seeing a lot of people demolish, build new. So we're hoping we get one of those investors with some bigger pockets to come up to the 510 mark and get it sold.
Right, and that's a tough thing to estimate too, as far as getting a price, because you've got such a big difference. You might have a 500,000 with the same square footage and $1 million home but the difference is how new it is.
It's crazy when you really break down the comps, just the differences of what property dictates what value.
Absolutely. And we've got 2 more, one in New Smyrna Beach, 296 Mileto.
Yep, 2916 Mileto Boulevard. It's in the highly desired Venetian Bay.
Right.
3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a half bath, 2-car garage. It is waterfront. And if you know about Venetian Bay, you got the golf courses, pickleball, tennis courts, the bistro, the pool.
So much to offer.
The lifestyle is quite unique.
And how far is that from the ocean?
To the ocean, you're about 13, 15 minutes.
Hardly,
so you get the benefit of coastal life without paying the insurance and the taxes of being on the coast. Yes,
exactly.
Absolutely.
And that one was $395,000, right?
$395,000, yeah.
Awesome. That's pretty good.
Yes.
So this one is a unique property, 1520 South Flagler.
Yes, 1520 South Flagler over in Flagler Beach. We got a new Margaritaville coming that way as well, so I see values coming up. 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. The main property is a 3-3 with a 1-1 efficiency, so income producing. That's always a benefit. We are waterfront, and it's listed at $419,000. And next door, there's a tear down for $399,000. So
wow.
if they want to hear
That's
more,
pretty
get
good.
with
Yeah.
you guys.
So when you say waterfront, is it canal front? Is it ocean
Intercoastal.
front? Oh, okay.
Yeah, intercoastal.
Great. And those intercoastal properties, is it an easy access to the ocean or?
There is, we got plans to do a seawall and/or a dock, so you got to get through kind of the marsh and the intercoastal to get to the bigger body of water. But
Right.
it's definitely doable.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, thank you.
Welcome to our house. So literally, this is our home. We
Yes.
love it. We just bought it recently, and you'll never guess what happened as soon as we bought it. The worst thing
The
possible.
worst thing ever.
I'll show you. Dead. Absolutely dead as a doornail. No AC whatsoever. We live in Florida. This is a problem.
It's a major problem.
However, remember we had Old Nash on the show recently,
Absolutely.
and what did they tell us?
That they could help.
That they could help. And they said the only place to turn is Duquesne, and that's exactly what we've done, thank goodness. Old
Yeah.
Dash told us Duquesne is the way to go
Absolutely.
when it comes to air conditioning systems now, and obviously it is. The price point, unbelievable. The 10-year warranty, unbelievable. And our electricity bill,
Yes.
it's been driving me crazy lately, is going to go down substantially. I'm super excited about that.
Can't
and we
wait.
get a tax credit as well for this year because we bought the unit this year.
I love it.
Got to go Duquesne.
Absolutely. We're going to take you to the install now. So we are here outside getting our Duquesne Lynx heat pump system installed. I'm super excited. I mean, I think this is going to be a game changer for us.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to save us money. There's a 10-year warranty on it. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
So we're good for 10 years no matter what.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Yeah, parts, the whole shebang.
I love it.
So I can't wait. I mean, I know I've been missing the AC in the house.
I know, I've heard a lot
humidity.
about that.
Yeah, my hair's just been, so this,
Your mood?
thank you. Absolutely.
I'm just
well,
being
it's all
honest.
going to be fixed tonight. Thanks to our new system.
Do I ever have a very special gift for you today? Compliments our good friends over at Universal Roof and Contracting. 15% off your roofing job. The roof is the most important part of your house. No doubt about it. Welcome my good friends as always, Justin and Corey. Hi, how are you today?
Good, man, good. Thank
the
you.
roof is the most important part of the house, but sometimes deciding who your roofing company is going to be is the most important decision as well. Culture is everything. When determining who's going to do your roofing job, Universal, the culture over there blows me away. Trustworthy. Tell me about the culture at Universal.
Yeah, I mean, 30 years in the making, right? Family-owned, veteran-owned, same name and ownership over the past 3 decades. We're so proud to be so rooted in Orlando, and we have offices in Jacksonville and Southwest Florida. But the honest approach, the integrity we carry, working transparently with insurance companies and homeowners alike. I mean, we approach roofing the way an honest company really should.
Trusted by some of the biggest sports teams in Florida as well.
That's right. That's right. We this past season we were the one of the partners with the Jacksonville Jaguars, which was awesome. They had a great season this year too. And then just coming next month, the XFL, the Orlando Guardians. We are the official roofer for the Orlando Guardians, so we're excited to go out to those games and see everybody there. So it'll be great.
A roof can be expensive. You created great programs to make this roof not cost prohibitive for me.
Yeah, I mean, last thing we're going to do is take food off people's plates to afford a roof. So we have a ton of flexible financing plans that just keeps things very liquid for homeowners, even if they don't want to use their own money, even if they have it at the time, so we offer that as well for every roof replacement.
I have this QR code on the screen right now. Get your phone out or go to their website, but the QR code will go directly to Justin and Corey, and literally you get 15% off. But guys, you're going to come to my house and tell me what I really need, honestly.
Absolutely. Yeah. Free inspection. First of all, it does cost nothing for us to come out. We're going to sit down with you, hear what you like about your roof, what you don't like about your roof, what problems you've had, and come up with a custom scope of work that makes sense for you.
Always a pleasure to see you both. There's only one company we trust when it comes to roofing. That is Universal Roof and Contracting.
Well, I want to talk about how great Florida is, and what better way than to have you guys help me explain it. So I understand that DeSantis has spent a large amount of money on Florida as far as the infrastructure is concerned, and that's always a huge thing because that's what we want to build on. And I know you mentioned Margaritaville in the last segment. So tell me why you think people are attracted to communities like that.
We've always seen people coming to Florida for the big reasons: the weather, the taxes, the write-offs, whatever the case may be. But I think we're seeing a shift in why people are coming here. Hence, I think 1,000 people a day are coming here. That's the biggest migration of people since the gold rush. But there are places like Margaritaville. There are places like Evermore here in Central Florida. There are, we got the West Coast. We got Gulf up north. We got down south. Jeff Bezos has moved his residence to Miami.
Right.
We have Messi from International coming to Miami.
So it's not just Jeff Bezos moving here, it's him and all his companies.
Yeah,
so that's huge.
That he's claiming residence
Yeah.
here, and it makes you think people aren't just coming here from other states now. We got people from other countries coming to Florida. And
Yeah.
that's when we're going to see, I believe, values skyrocket due to
So-
the heavy demand.
I understand Evermore is going to be this planned community near Disney that is going to have this huge lagoon. Have you guys heard anything else about that? Or, again, it's that community feel that people are looking for.
Well, I think like what you said about everyone wants to live in the sunshine, and when they think Florida, they think vacation. So it's the resort style living, and it also after COVID, everybody was at home, and then we started to realize like what amenities that we like and how we want to spoil ourselves, and we don't have to necessarily go out for those things. We could do all that at home. So to have it all inclusive is becoming really important to a lot of buyers.
To jump on that Evermore lagoon, to go into detail, it was 17 million gallons. And
Wow.
to put that into comparison, SeaWorld, I believe, is 25 million, being the second largest boundary of water. And at Evermore, they
Crazy.
want to make it a larger surface area and less depth. This way people can enjoy the paddleboards, the kayaks, the swimming.
And no sharks.
And no sharks or alligators. But because the
Right.
values not only on the coast are climbing like crazy, but the people in Central Florida also want to enjoy the Florida lifestyle.
Absolutely.
And these communities are
That
doing it.
being said, I actually get calls from people that say, I want to be close to a pickleball facility.
Yeah.
What is that about?
I mean, you in Dallas are, piqued my interest in this whole pickleball thing. I'm feeling like I have to be playing pickleball.
Yeah.
now
You
for
have
sure.
to. You have to.
But
We had clients actually calling us trying to find land or facilities
Yes.
to either use that as an investment or use for their personal. And you even mentioned you got something in Oxford that offers pickleball.
yep.
In Ocala,
Perfect
yeah.
parcel for that for sure.
Wow. I think it's just a
Perfect.
spark in the whole industry.
So you guys need to talk, yeah. You got the buyer, she got the seller. We're
Yes.
good.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, good. So what else do you think attracts people to Florida other than our great weather and the great taxes and DeSantis' infrastructure?
Well, so I'm from Miami. I grew up in Miami and in Ocala for almost 19 years. And, to live in Miami, that you're going to pay a high ticket price. Like it's a given.
Yeah.
You're not going to worry about those things. But then you have the homeowners there that have lived there for a long time where it's becoming unaffordable. So we're seeing that typical migration up north where, they come to Central Florida, but now they're coming to Ocala because they get more bang for their buck.
Yeah.
It's still almost 40% less to live in Marion County than it is to live in Orange County.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the cost of living as a whole, we're seeing more people migrate to Florida due to the cost of living, but I also think COVID was a spoiler when everybody was working from home, and you had a lot of people come to vacation here or spend time here, move here, and we're seeing that continue. People aren't exactly going back to work in the industry. We're still seeing people staying home.
Staying
We're
at
still seeing
home.
them not want to go back to their home, and like we said, there's still between 800 and 1,200 people moving to Florida every day. So.
Yeah.
So the last question, again, that buyer moving to Florida, what would you suggest, especially first-time home buyers, because we get this question all
Yeah.
the time. What do I need to do to prepare myself to buy something?
You want to go ahead, Elisha?
Get pre-qualified.
Okay.
It's like so repetitive, but it's so true
Yes.
because our job as a realtor is to make sure that the buyer is excited through the whole process and doesn't end up disappointed. So if we start them off on the right foot and make sure they get qualified, and that way they know their budget and they know what we're looking at, that they don't see something in another neighborhood that's 200,000-300,000 more than what their budget is, then they're out the gate.
Yeah. I think it's so crucial too because we are seeing a downward trend with the interest rates. You might be able to afford a little bit more. Your
Sure.
monthly payment may be lower now. So not only get pre-approved, speak with a lender, but explore the options. Talk with professionals. There's grants. There's hometown heroes. There's different things for doctors, and there's
Absolutely.
ways right now as sellers lengthen days on market, as sellers price reduce because they're thinking their home is worth what it is, now's the time, I think, to negotiate a deal, get some closing costs covered, get repairs done. Because if interest rates are in a downward trend and I can negotiate, I see it almost as a win-win.
Yeah, and there's a lot of creative ways, like you said. It could be seller financing. It could be even and the loan products out there that are out there. You've got a lot of 80-20 deals, which is kind of scary because that's what kind of put us in that problem. But I think it's doable.
Memories.
Yeah, I know.
These lenders have to stem the economy. Our governors, the Fed has to stem the economy, and they're doing things to do that with the grants and the products and stuff like that. And I think the information needs to transfer to the consumer, and that's our job as brokers
That's
and
our
realtors
job.
and brokers to
Absolutely.
inform and educate